There's no denying that Miraculous Ladybug has a lot of issues when it comes to its writing, so I thought it would be fun if I put my own spin on how I think the show should have been handled, starting with the show's lore. If all the Miraculous were supposedly created at the same time, and were supposed to be created for good, then why does the Ladybug have a counter for the butterfly and peacock? Sure, maybe the creators of the Miraculous knew some Miraculous could be used for evil, so they prepared for it to make a counter, but why doesn't every Miraculous have a counter? And isn't it very convenient the only two Miraculous they prepared for were the ones that just so happened to be used for evil in the show? That's not the creators of the Miraculous being cautious, it's plot convenience. So, to make the lore of the Miraculous more intentional, I decided to rewrite it like this. The universe started out with Takiki, the goddess of creation. She can create anything but not destroy. And Plagos, the god of destruction, he can destroy anything but not create. Takiki created everything the world has to offer, including humans themselves. The humans worship her for all she's made for them, and Plagos gets jealous. Takiki shows Plagos the miraculous she created and tells him she will show them to the humans tomorrow. So he sneakily destroys the powers of the miraculous, corrupting them before she has a chance to show them to the humans, hoping this will make them turn against her. But when the reveal happens, Takiki explains she did not create them like this, and the humans choose to stay loyal to her. This infuriates Plagos, and he orders the now corrupted Miraculous to wreak havoc on the humans. Takiki creates more Miraculous with powers to stop the ones Plagos corrupted. After a few battles, Takiki finally convinces him to truce, when she suggests if the humans only want to worship her, then they should fuse together. And the humans will have to worship them both because they are the same entity. He agrees, and they become the entity of destruction and creation, Plakiko. But as the years go on, the humans still refuse to worship them both, holding a grudge against Plagos. So Plakiko decides if the humans won't forgive and respect both of them, then they don't get to worship either of them. So Plakiko destroys most of the humans' memories of their existence, and creates a palace far away from Earth where they can watch over the humans without them knowing of their existence. Only the select few humans get to keep their memories, those being the ancestors and holders of the good batch of Miraculous. Now in modern society, only selected people know of the origin of the Miraculous. Master Fu was one of the few humans who kept his memories, and since he's now Marinette's grandpa, he knows and trusts her enough to give her the Ladybug Miraculous. For Ladybug's design, I wanted to make it less obvious. It's just Marinette in a costume, so when she transforms, her hair turns black, her pigtails are longer, and they look like the shape of a ladybug, half opening its wings. I gave her two hoges that look like ladybug antennas, and her eyes go from blue to red with black dots to look like a ladybug. For her costume, I wanted it to not be too overly complicated while actually looking like a ladybug, so I made her arms, legs, and neck fully black, as well as her mask with white dots instead, since that's what a real ladybug looks like. To mimic a ladybug's hard outer shell, I gave her armor on her chest, back, hips, shoulders, knees, elbows, and here she is, all finished. I never really liked how Ladybug has vastly more powers and abilities than the Cat Miraculous. You know, the one she's supposed to be equal to? They also throw her being clumsy right out the window once she transforms, and I know there's a canon explanation for such, that being, oh, all the Miraculous give their holders enhanced agility, or whatever, but it's such a missed opportunity to make her clumsiness a challenge she has to overcome, instead of just being something that makes her quirky and relatable, but only as Marinette. So in this version, she has her lucky charm, that's her call-out power, she has her sub-powers, she can de-evilize the Kuma, she has her Miraculous Ladybug, which is the counter for the butterfly, and I also sort of decided to keep the ideas of them having enhanced powers, but toned it down a bit. So they all have slightly enhanced agility, speed, strength, stamina, etc., but each Miraculous has its own super enhanced ability, and the Ladybug's is durability, not agility, which is why she's still a bit clumsy as Ladybug. so it's still enough of a challenge for her. She also cannot break the akumatized object, only Cat Noir can. She's the brainy problem solver, he's the athletic one. Now they're equal, and they actually need each other. There's a lot of things about Marinette and Ladybug's personality that annoys me to my core. Her only consistent flaw when she switches between Marinette and Ladybug is how big of a creep she is. Every other flaw she's given as Marinette disappears instantly when she becomes Ladybug. So I'm going to give her an actual interesting personality with actual flaws. She's bubbly, energetic, outgoing, kind, assertive, brave, talkative, expressive, smart, creative, a bit sassy, but also clumsy, awkward, insecure, blunt, overly talkative, and she tends to overthink. I imagine she starts out very clumsy, insecure, and unconfident as Ladybug, and tries to hide those insecurities by being a bit more sassy and defensive than she usually is. But over time, as she grows into herself, that defensiveness fades, and she shows more of her bubbliness. For Marinette's design, I honestly wanted to make sure that her outfit looks more handmade and intentional and actually fashionable. I always thought she suited a dress more than whatever the heck they were trying to make her wear in the reboot. I wanted to put more subtle nods to her original design, so I kept her jacket, but I made it more stylish. I also made the ribbons in her hair pink instead of red. I don't know why they were red in her civilian design. It looks really bad and it clashes. But anyway, here's Marinette's design. She looks so cute. I love it. And that's the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, then make sure to come back in the future. Next, I'm going to be tackling Cat Noir. And until then, see you next time. Bye!